Hey, Gus, you seem to know your chemistry. Because you have the element of surprise. It's the Watchers on the Couch. Hey, listeners. Welcome to the Watchers on the Couch. We are covering Season 4 of Better Call Saul. And I'm Mike Daffron.
I'm Jimmy Lopez.
And you can expect from what we do here on Watchers on the Couch, you can expect basically companion podcast, review podcast to go with the show. You get some dick and fart jokes, you get some serious stuff. We'll try to pick apart the episode and also maybe add maybe some different little things from Breaking Bad that you might have missed and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Let's
Jimmy?
dig in.
And this episode was called Something Beautiful, just like you, Jimmy.
Well, that's a reach, but I appreciate the compliment, sirs.
What'd you think of this episode?
Okay, I thought it was good. I did. It answered a lot of questions that we had, and I thought that they answered it a little quickly. But other than that, it still had a bunch of moments where, and one of the notes that I have here is, where is it? What's going on with Kim? That entire scene where she goes in and sees all the dioramas. Maybe I blanked out or it just didn't click. When we'll talk about it, but that scene was confusing as fuck to me. It's the one thing in the episode that kind of stuck out that I'm like, maybe I don't see where it's going. Maybe you do. I don't know, but we'll see.
No, if you want to talk about it now. If it's on your mind, I mean,
it's the only thing that in the episode that I'm not quite sure. Why was she so taken aback? Is it that it's a bigger endeavor than she thought she was getting into? Because basically they're talking about dominance of not just the Southwest, but they're wanting to expand into I assume a national corporation.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, because the sound fades out, and then you start hearing almost like tinnitus, ringing, to where you don't know what's going on in her head. Right. I don't either. But it's one of those things that I was very, very confused by that. And obviously it's going to play out over the season, but it just kind of, I was looking for what you thought of that, because I was confused by it.
I don't know if she was just overwhelmed because they're expanding so fast, and maybe she was hoping to take it a little bit slower. She hired a paralegal, Viola Gatto, or Viola. Maybe it's Viola Gatto. Goto. Viola Goto.
I was going to say Gatto.
Jeez, I'll get there eventually.
I said Gatto?
Yeah.
That's not a very Asian name.
Domo Oregato Viola Gatto.
I was just thinking Gatto being cat. Kids.
I don't know. They're expanding so fast, and they're going to be in multiple states. And I think that you have to take the bar in every single state that you perform in. So that's performing. Look at me, I'm a lawyer. I guess some lawyers do kind of perform, when they're in the courtroom.
Yeah, that's for sure.
The glove doesn't fit.
You must have quit.
Yeah.
That'll never.
I thought that was maybe going to have to happen in this episode. But yeah, I don't know if she's just overwhelmed or. And right after that scene with Mesa Verde, she had to go to the courthouse. Mm-hmm. What'd she have to go to the courthouse for?
I don't know. See, that's maybe because I was taken out of that. I didn't even catch that she had to go to the courthouse. Right. I should have watched it twice. I should have.
What if Mesa Verde? This is a real stretch for a theory, but
drunken theories already.
Oh yeah. What if Mesa Verde was in cahoots with Madrigal? Because other episode, that Madrigal, when Mike and Lydia were talking, that Madrigal has all these other places, like 8 other places.
Mm-hmm.
And then in that scene, there's, I believe, 9 new banks. What if, like, I really don't think this is going on.
No, but Madrigal is, you want to talk about the definition of diversifying. Even when you go back into Breaking Bad, when they're pulling off the Chicken Brothers logo off the wall, there's about 50 different logos all around that main entranceway. So they've got their poker in a bunch of different fires. It's not just one. So who knows? It's a drunken theory. We'll see how it plays out.
See, and I don't know why she'd have to go to the courthouse. I almost thought for a second that maybe she was trying to go to the courthouse to maybe do what she can to get Jimmy's license back.
Didn't think about that at all.
Like, she's going to need help with this.
Do we know how long it's been since he's had his suspension at this point? I guess we don't know.
It can't be that long. I mean, Kim still has her cast, and it's not like a lot of time has passed.
What does that take? About 6 to 8 weeks before a cast comes, depending on how you're healing?
I guess.
So,
a little side note. The actor, Rhea, I don't remember her last name, but the woman who plays Kim Wexler.
What?
She actually had a real cast on, supposedly, like for a few months. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's crazy. That's some dedication.
Yeah. Oh, man, can you imagine like going in and sitting down to have your arm affixed in one spot for basically no reason
and not have to?
Yeah.
And she's doing it just for the part. So this is what I heard on the Reddits. So if it's not true,
that's where you can go. You can go bitch there.
Yeah. You can bitch at us.
You can bitch at us.
You can bitch at us on Facebook, at a Couch for Watchers. And speaking of that, and we're speaking of this scene, Kim looks at some of the figurines.
Yeah.
I'll put this up on our Facebook page, A Couch for Watchers. But there's 2 figurines that are seen in there.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think those figurines look like anybody?
It's...
Because see,
I'd be grasping at straws at this point.
I would say maybe Chuck and Howard, or maybe Jimmy and Howard. And if it was Jimmy and Howard, and depending on which bank this was, maybe there was some foreshadowing that they're doing.
Oh man, I wouldn't put it past them. Because my whole thing too is that, think about this. The reason I think that this scene sticks out so much in comparison to everything else is that everything else has that, like you've said, it's a atmosphere that fits the show. Almost like they've put a filter over the lens so that it has a specific look. Mm-hmm. But when you go into that room, everything is like pink and purple, bright, and it's all like backlit.
Yeah, and there's like a blue hue.
It's a weird. I thought it was just a weird choice, especially considering this is supposed to be like a good old cowboy. Mm-hmm. Whenever she walks in and she sees that really gaudy statue, or I guess it would be a sculpture at this point, or I guess that's what you would call it. It just does not scream. Because once again, she's going over everything. She's got her paralegal there. She basically puts her dick on the table and is like, "Listen, I'm gonna write this out. You're just gonna mind the P's and Q's, make sure everything is written correctly, and in the right verbiage, and then we're gonna submit it because they're on a deadline. That's the whole reason that they were there." And Kim's friend, who got her the job and then fought to get her back, was like, "Hey, man." Like pointing to her watch, like, we've got somewhere we've got to be. We need to get this over with. And he's like, no, it's cool. But hey, come on, you got to come see the models. And it was almost,
yeah, see what we're doing. We're going everywhere.
Yeah, maybe, like I said, maybe it was just, well, like you said, it was just overwhelming. Like, holy shit, what did I get myself into?
And the name Mesa Verde. Like a mesa is basically like a tabletop in a way, I guess, and
Verde is green.
Right. So it's basically a table full of cash.
Oh.
Kind of.
Yeah. I was thinking pool table, but...
You know?
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's actually really cool.
Kind of like how in Breaking Bad, Walt had a freaking whole stack, and it was like a table, like a green table.
Whenever Freddy lift fingers, whenever he lays down on it, what are you doing? Just going to get comfortable right here real quick. I love that scene. I will always love that scene. That just when they open that up and there's literally so much money that they don't even know how much it is because they couldn't stop. They just lost track counting it.
Was that scene, and Bill Burr was in that scene?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of Bill Burr's friend Joe DeRosa's in this episode. The Rose Bowl legend. You would only know if you listen to Bill Burr's Monday morning podcast.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, they're friends. So, yeah, the doctor guy is Joe DeRosa, stand-up comedian. Really funny. He was on the Insider podcast. I listened to a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Yeah. Table full of cash.
It's if that's once again drunken theory
or table full of salsa, you know.
Green salsa is delicious.
Yeah. I want a burrito with some Mesa Verde sauce.
Okay, so the only other thing that I have to say, just real quick, and I know this first world fucking problem right here, but I'm begging AMC, stop putting a fucking preview of the show that I'm getting ready to watch on right before the fucking episode. I'm the type of person that tries to stay off all socials or try to basically purposely not put in key. Like, I don't want to accidentally click on something that's going to give something away for something that I'm really excited about watching in the future. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of trailers. Maybe I'm in the minority on that one.
No, I don't like trailers either. They give too much away now. Like,
but
you get like 2-minute trailers for movies, and like that's an insane amount of time, you know, to watch. Like on YouTube, you know, like obviously you're not going to get a 2-minute trailer on TV unless it's a special exclusive trailer if you watch our fucking show.
Yeah.
But
I will say that
I want to watch that. I want to watch the movie. Like,
yeah,
it's too much away.
It does. And I even in my notes right here, I wrote fucking stop. Shit was ruined by it. Fuck.
I wrote some of my notes about kind of the same thing, but at the end of the episode, they gave like 3 seconds, just said it was a show from Vince Gilligan, and then it was literally almost 3 seconds, and then immediately jumped to commercial.
For next week's episode?
No, it was for, I think, the show that was coming on next.
Lodge 49.
Yeah.
Which I'll tell you this. Obviously, we're not going to do a companion to that show. I like it so far. I've watched it. I think it's a pretty good show. I'm giving it a season to watch it. I think it was smart for them to put something on right after such a flagship show that they want to push, because they're pushing it hard. I think it was smart because it's got me hooked. So Monday nights I literally watch back to back 2 hours of TV, and it's the only time all week that I do that. So mazel tov to them, because it got me interested in a show that I probably would have never watched ever. So
all right, I'll give it a shot. I mean, there's so much to watch now that know, since you recommended it, I mean, I'll give it a watch.
It's a goofy, weird show. It really is.
I like that main guy that's in it. I just saw him in like, shit, I'm gonna have to like put it in the show notes or something. I forgot what he was just in that I watched. It was the same guy, I think, did a movie. He Dazed and Confused, I think he also directed.
Okay.
And I forgot what this one was, but it was about like college baseball players, and he was in it. But anyway, it wasn't that good of a movie, but I was like, oh, I saw, you know,
kind of like,
that's kind of weird.
Kind of like this week, the guy in the shop where they're going to steal the tchotchke from, which, by the way, yes, you called it. I stupidly missed it. That yes, he called Mike. So kudos to you on that one. Clearly watching an episode inebriated is a bad idea for me, because I miss on tiny little things like that. But yeah, like I said, I was watching this, and oh yeah, the guy that's getting pissed off that he doesn't understand why his wife is upset that he bought her a fucking vacuum cleaner.
Oh my god. Oh,
how much of a fucking dad do you got to be to realize that that's an awful fucking gift?
But honey, you love cleaning. You know? Hey, man, to be honest, really though, it's really like, fuck that bitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you get kicked out of the fucking house for like buying like a weird, a gift that like, hey, like, because this guy is just he's just not with it. All right. Like, he's just a dork, man. He's just a dork, a super dork.
Yeah.
Is probably lucky to even have a wife, so he doesn't know. Really, he didn't even know what he's doing. Like, it's complete.
That's harsh. He's lucky to have a wife. Damn, dude.
I don't know.
There's somebody for everybody.
Yeah.
Not this guy though.
No, I don't think so. Well, yeah, but really, like her, you getting kicked out of your house because of that?
It wouldn't be the weirdest thing that I've ever. I mean, really random, but I just recently put a dishwasher in my house. First time I'm, in my early mid-30s. Never had a dishwasher in my entire life. And my roommate, the first thing she said was, "Don't put my fucking knives in there or I will kill you." And I'm like, "What?" The dishwasher will ruin them. Those are expensive. I'm like, oh, okay. I just assumed that all cutlery could fucking go into a dishwasher, call it good. And I once again, I have no idea because I've never had one in my entire life. So that's something new to me.
Another little cool thing I wanted to bring up from that scene is that he orders a pizza. Yes, sliced.
Yeah, it's the same pizza place that gets thrown on the roof.
Right, and they put that in. They even put that in Breaking Bad to kind of explain that because people were like, "Why isn't it in pieces? It's not sliced."
Yeah, because their gimmick is that you pay less because we don't cut the pizza, you cut it yourself.
Yeah, with Jesse and Badger, and Badger's like, "Oh, save you money by not slicing it." I forgot exactly what he said.
How much money does that actually save you by not cutting the pizza? Yeah, it's just one of those things that it's a funny gimmick. I do. I think it, and I'm pretty sure that's a real pizza place actually.
Is it?
I could be wrong, but still, that's a funny and genius gimmick if it's real.
Is it a real place that actually asks you if you want it sliced?
Oh fuck, I don't know.
And dipping sticks?
Oh,
yeah, gotta have dipping sticks.
Okay, here's another question for you. I was under the assumption that somebody wanting ranch for their dipping sticks was like a Midwest thing, because I swear it seems like when other people in other places, they come here and it's like, what would you like to dip your hot wings in? And they're, ew, why are you getting ranch? Because people in the Midwest use it like it's fucking Gatorade. And I think that's disgusting.
I don't like ranch, and people like dipping their pizza in ranch.
Yeah.
But, no. Mm-mm. Whatever.
Like a cheese curd every now and then? Okay, I can understand that. But, I don't know.
I don't like ranch, but I do like ranch Doritos.
Cool ranch Doritos.
Hell yeah.
Not as good
Super cool.
Not as good as the jalapeno ones that they just came out with, which, let's be fair, it's really the midnight poppers Doritos that they did fucking 10 years ago, and they're just bringing them back. But that's fat kid right there that knows his fucking Doritos.
The Mesa Verde Doritos?
Oh, I wonder what those would be like.
Mm-hmm. Probably expensive.
So speaking of this scene,
yeah, let's just go through this scene. Go ahead.
Okay. So out of nowhere, Ira, who is the owner of the tarping for
Vamonos Pest Control.
Yes. I think that's why when I went on the IMDb's, mostly to refresh my memory on what, because he never really says his name. Because it was, do you want to shit or do you shit golden eggs? Because this is the quickest, easiest money you're ever gonna make. He never says who he is. So that's really cool. But you're seeing that basically now Jimmy is starting to make these connections without the vet. So I have a feeling, and this is just me personally, which we'll go back to that scene later.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that the vet doesn't make it very far. I think he gone.
Yeah, Jimmy's going to take over.
Yeah,
kind of
be the middleman at this point.
Yeah.
So we are really starting to see, in my humble opinion, this is the switch. This is where we are going from Jimmy to Saul.
Oh yeah,
Saul Goodman. So, but it was really cool. He comes in and he sneaks in and he enters, picks up the little tchotchke. Smart, making sure that, okay, this is the right one. He puts it back, maybe, because I don't know if you saw that or not, but he puts it back, and then all of a sudden, motherfucker comes out of the bathroom, all bummed out, and I assume he was taking a poopy because his tummy's hurting because he got kicked out of the house for buying his wife a vacuum cleaner, the most expensive vacuum cleaner, have to say, but now he's hiding underneath the desk.
No, he gets the real one.
No, but the reason that...
But motherfucker takes off his gloves.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
What would be the point to take your gloves off?
Yeah,
yeah, the thing I'm going to touch and put back. I wore these gloves so I wouldn't have fingerprints, but I'm just going to take them off for the hell of it. I want to feel the figurine, this $8,000 figurine on my fingertips against my skin.
It feels so fucking good.
Oh, I want to touch that Bavarian boy with my hands.
But this is why I said he put it back in the right place, ? Because whenever he's ordering the pizza and after he gets done getting the delicious dipping sticks, it almost looks like his eye is drawn to, hey, I think that figure moved a little bit. It was really weird. Once again, drunken theory here. Just going to throw that out there. But to me, it looked like, I don't remember. It looks like it moved. Kind of like that, oh my God, is this fucking place haunted? Because I remember it being much closer. But once again, just a drunken theory I'm throwing out there.
No, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. I mean, there could be something to it. I don't know.
Also, mazel tov to this guy, because after commercial break, he walks to get the pizza and he's hoping that he can kind of like sneak out, but nope, can't do that. Come back from commercial break, there's like a slice of a large pizza and like 2 dipping sticks. Damn. Good for him that he can have that much and not be a fucking heifer like me. Because holy shit, that's a lot of food that he just ate. I mean, if you're getting...
I didn't even notice that. He ate like almost a whole pizza?
A whole fucking pizza, and there was like maybe 2 dipping sticks left.
Holy cow, I did not notice that at all.
The ranch...
That means there was a larger time frame than what I thought.
Yes,
okay.
Much larger.
All right.
Which is why there was so much emphasis on get over here and get me the fuck out of here whenever he called Jimmy. I love watching them make phone calls because they're always pulling out these fucking janky ass flip phones, and it does really ground it back into, okay, this is in the past, but not as far in the past as you would like. It's not the 80s or anything like that, so it's still relatively current, but just far enough off to where you can definitely tell that it's older than Breaking Bad. But
yep, and I miss me some janky ass flip phones. I miss the buttons. I miss my T9.
I was gonna say T9.
It was better and it was faster and physical buttons. I never fucked up. I could do it without even looking. And I'm just like, God damn it! It's fat thumbs and tiny little buttons.
First world problems.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but Jimmy got him out of there. So
he did. Can I ask a serious question?
Yeah.
your car alarm's going off like that? Do you just do the same thing? Oh, shut the fuck up. And
yeah, definitely. So it makes sense.
I've heard my car alarm go off. Now, mind you, this is in the middle of the night.
It depends. I'll probably look.
And I've gotten up and I've looked, but then I realized that it's because that I stumbled into my bedroom drunk and I rolled over and hit the button, the panic button. And I'm panicking because I'm like, who the fuck's trying to break into my car? But
that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, because there's a lot of times, my keys are in my pocket and I bump into something and
it goes off. Yeah. And then it's just an annoyance. You're just, oh, fuck.
But yeah, at night, I would go look. Especially like he didn't have his keys on him, like he had to grab them. So yeah, I would definitely be like, what the fuck?
And you're in theory, you're the only fucking person in this entire. First off, your building is underneath a fucking overpass. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's shittily lit.
Yeah.
Okay, it's shittily lit. There's awful lighting there, regardless. So maybe it's some bums that are trying to fuck in the backseat of your car. Who knows? Maybe it's a good old soup kitchen. Who knows? But Jesus, like you, and how fucking short of like how close do you got to be? Because he literally walked outside. He unlocked the door, pressed the button, looked at it. He couldn't have been more than 10 feet away. He couldn't have done that from his office.
Well, like you said, he probably wanted to look.
I don't know. This show is unwatchable. It's unwatchable. Picking it apart. But Jimmy gets really frustrated, and wouldn't you? I mean, that was a good idea, because even if he just snuck out the back, like even if he just snuck out the door, he could kind of like almost turn around and be heading towards the door if he wanted to, like just looking like a bum that's just walking by. And get out of here, you vagrant! Rah!
He could have Arturo'd him. Arturo?
I have no idea what you're talking about. So
the guy that got a bag over his head.
He burritoed him. That's what we called him.
All right,
burrito. That was what his name was R.I.P. Burrito.
Burritoed him.
But that was it. Popping the lock, the car's going off. Like my heart is racing. I'm like, oh fuck. Of course, he's not gonna get caught, or he might, but we know that he becomes who he is, so he really shouldn't. But putting the car in neutral and having it slide down, that was fucking awesome.
That poor schlub. Like, things just going real bad for that guy.
Well, for like 3 seconds, he thought he was actually going home, and then she fucking shut that shit down real hard. But yeah, it was ingenious. And I also found it a little odd that Jimmy looks over at Ira and is like, so you got it? And he's like, fuck yeah, I got it. I honestly thought he was going to be like, fuck you, because of what I just went through. I'm keeping it. Mm-hmm. But they were kind of walking off happy. So like you said.
Yeah,
I think
good partner to have, I guess, because he wasn't shitty about it. And
they were petty.
This is bullshit. You didn't even look into this. I had to deal with this. I could have easily got caught. This could have escalated. Like, what the fuck, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Like, this is not acceptable. But he must be very similar to Jimmy in that aspect of, like, that's probably really exciting. That's the point. That's the reason they probably do it. I mean, they're only getting $4,000 a piece.
Well, yeah,
it's not really that much compared to the risk, you know?
Vamanos Pests or whatever, Pest Control, you know that they're low level, they're petty thieves anyway, because all they're doing is they're making copies of keys to the house and then going in and stealing like costume jewelry and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they were making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Until they got a hold of the methylamine, but it's just one of those things that they're petty criminals. So a $4,000 score to him is huge. And in all reality, it's huge to Jimmy too, because to him, first off, he's unemployed as fuck.
And
now.
It should have been a super easy score too. So, but it just wasn't. So I don't.
That's because there was no. Yes, Jimmy did his surveillance, but there wasn't any actual. The only thing that would have made it better is if someone like Mike, if Mike would have taken the job, he wouldn't have gone in and done it that night. He would have taken like 3 or 4 days to actually case the joint out.
Or he probably would have just went in there like, and bought it off them, for super cheap. Like, hey, I want a copier. I have a business. And then, oh, look at my wife collects those. Because it seemed like the copier guys were just like, they didn't know what it was. And they were just going to get rid of them, from the episode before. That's what I thought was going to happen. But, yeah, but with Mike, yeah, he, at first, when they were talking, I was thinking,
in the diner.
Mike doesn't want to take the job because it's not enough money. But that's not why. Mike is an honest criminal. It's a weird thing, but he doesn't just steal from like people that aren't in the game,
Yeah. No. That makes a lot of sense. And I'm with you on that one. He is. These people have they have nothing to do with it. So why are you doing or trying to take from these hardworking people?
Yep.
So, I mean, we saw last episode that, he knows he's taking dirty, bad money. Well, he's laundering it essentially. So in his mind, why don't I actually fix the problems of this place? So you're right. He's a good, not a good criminal, but
right. Yeah, it's weird, but
I don't know any other way of putting that as
honest criminal.
Yeah. But Mike in that fucking diner, dude. He loves him.
He should get with Fran.
He should, but he never will. Never will.
Oh God!
How did he even did he even have a kid? I just want to be for real here.
That's what I was just gonna say.
He's totally the type of guy that just like, well, you could give me a blowjob, but why do you want to do that?
Yeah, I guess we can have sex. Oh, that feels good. That's nice. Oh, I'm about to finish.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he does. I don't know. He doesn't seem like the type that, or maybe.
I wonder if he was always like that, or maybe after his son died, he was just,
I was about ready to say, before his son died, he could have been a fuck machine.
Yeah.
and then obviously the death of his son just changed him, and he's just like, well, I've fucked my fair share. I'm done.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
That's hilarious.
Now I'm rooting for him to get fucking some. Now the whole time, because I bet you she's like, ooh, and it ain't even because he tips her. Bet she's like, oh, Mike, you're so sweet, you're so funny, and he's just like, bring me my coffee, bitch.
I want to see him fuck Lydia. Well, Gus told me to. She's like, oh, okay, I guess I have to. Gus is scary.
She's a fucking spaz, dude. I don't know how she got up to be that high of a rank, being as big of a fucking spaz as she is. Maybe that's why she got up that high, is because she's covering her ass on every end, but she's
all Adderalled out.
Yeah,
and
she can't handle the pressure like Mike can. Because that's the biggest thing. Is Mike's whole thing is keeping your fucking cool, being calm and collective. The only time you ever see him, and we talked about this last episode, is when it has anything to do with his family. Then he freaks the fuck out.
Yeah,
and his emotions come out then. So I mean, even whenever his daughter-in-law brings him over and be like, they're shooting in my neighborhood, and look, see the bullet hole? Like, he's concerned, but he's also like, let's fucking debunk this. Let's figure this out. Because why else would he sit there and fucking patrol or do a stakeout?
Yeah.
Behind, that's him taking control of the situation in his way.
And he was a nice guy about it.
Yeah.
Because it could have been like, I was here all night watching you. Nothing happened. There was a car that had backfires that came down, one of your neighbors. But no shooting, and you're just being crazy. Let's go to the doctor. No, he was like, all right, let's move, and we don't have to go through all that shit. There's a better way to go about this.
Taking control of the situation.
And giving her trust too, so that's it's important. Family.
Speaking of family,
his granddaughter, who's like 20 by now, like people have talked about this on like Reddit and stuff about because his granddaughter should be much younger, but I'm like, I've never noticed until somebody pointed it out. Like I didn't think about it. Because I don't pay attention to that much. I just,
So it's
I
the
see
same
the interaction, and yeah, I get it. All right.
So what you're saying is it's the same actress that played in Breaking Bad, but she's older in this one than she was in the.
I don't.
Is that
no,
what
I think there's been a few different actors to be the granddaughter.
Okay, I thought that's what you're getting at because that would be hilarious.
But she should be younger, though, right? So.
I should. Well, if you take look at anybody, you could have one brother that's 6 feet tall and a sister that's 3 feet tall. Maybe she hit her growth spurt and then just fucking stopped. Yeah. So this show is unwatchable.
Well, this is a prequel though. She should be.
There's 6 bricks on the table and they're not in the same spot.
Right.
No, but
hey, working with kid actors, that's why. So I don't care.
No, or anytime you have a dog, in a show,
or like Frasier.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do?
I've never watched Frasier. Somebody on Reddit said it.
Oh, gotta stop giving your sources away, man.
Hey, I gotta credit people for it. Like if there's something that's pointed out, I don't want to steal people's stuff. There's a lot of times even. I'll say I saw it on Reddit, but it wasn't something I was thinking about talking about. Just like that, I wasn't planning on talking about it. And I wouldn't mind crediting that specific Redditor, I don't know.
So, speaking of family, let's talk about that opening scene.
All right.
So, a couple weeks ago, I guess it was last week, I was talking about the cousins, and I couldn't figure out their name. It's Marco and Lionel Salamanca, but everybody calls them the cousins. I just call them the Silent Bros because obviously they never fucking speak.
Yeah, they just look at each other. Yeah. Do you think, like, when they're driving around, like, in the car, like, on the way to, like, a hit, that they talk to each other and, like...
You see that Padres game last night?
Right.
I guess, who knows? Honestly... I think really just between them, it's more of kind of like the brotherly ESP type thing, or because they're cousins, but they're brothers in real life, so, or maybe they're cousins in real life. Who knows? I think they're brothers in real life, but they. How do they fucking go to McDonald's and order a fucking double cheeseburger?
they just put their finger up for number one, like.
Throw a $100 bill on the fucking thing and walk away just in silence with their fucking snakeskin boots.
Yeah, because really that's all you'd have to do. Because you really could just put your finger up what number you want, and then if the person that's the cashier is smart enough, they'd be like, "Oh, you want a number one?" And then you nod, and be like, "Would you like it large size?" And then you yes or no, nod or shake your head. And you don't have to even ask what drink because you get your own drink.
Well, you just made me feel like an asshole.
Or now, I think there's some McDonald's that are putting those touch screens in.
Yeah, well, they didn't have that bullshit back then.
Oh yeah, they didn't. Okay,
no.
Maybe they could write it on a note. Give me food or I kill you.
So
remember this seat at Los Pollos,
putting salsa on fucking everything.
Getting it delivered by Postmates. That happened in like L.A. and New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was like a Postmates promotion.
Oh, that's kind of cool though.
Yeah, I want me some Pollos Hermanos chicken.
So, few things about this opening scene. Mm-hmm. When they're dragging that spike across the road, you can see it off in the distance, and it's blatantly obvious that there's something across the road. So who in their right mind would just fucking drive across that? That's my first first gripe. Okay.
Well, no, it was weird. I was like, what's going on here? What's going on here?
Number 2 was settled later on in the scene. But when they got the body,
don't you confuse me, show.
When they prop the body up and they're fucking blasting at the car, I wrote right here in my notes, holy fucking brutal. They reloaded and Captain Radio Shack just put another damn fucking clip in. Because they fucking unload on this car, right? Now, there was a lot of fucking shooting. Now, mind you, forensics and stuff were definitely different back then, but I'm pretty sure that the angle at where they're shooting at would show that nobody fucking was driving behind a car and...
They're not doing fucking forensics. They burned the car, dude.
I'm just saying.
Like, yeah, the cops,
that's what I'm talking about, the cops.
But the cops aren't going to find it. They burned the shit out of it.
Which, that was my next thing.
You ever seen a car lit on fire?
They fucking...
Basically melts the whole damn thing.
They prop the body up and they fucking shoot him in the... Which, that was insane. When he looks fucking Nacho right in the eye and he pulls the trigger, like basically saying, this could be fucking you. Bam!
Mm-hmm.
And the brain matter hits the windshield. I'm like, well, of course the fucking forensics people are going to know that the blood was already congealed. I've seen way too many fucking police procedurals to be like picking this thing apart. But then all of a sudden, once he makes the call and fucking the Silence Brothers come up and they just torch that bitch, I'm like, that was fucking insane. Covering their ass. Mm-hmm. I wonder if Gus's guys knew that they were going to fucking light that car on fire. Because otherwise it made no sense. Because that corpse looked like he had been dead for a fucking month.
Well, yeah. Who's in the trunk?
I don't think anybody was in the trunk.
There's no... It's just a random person?
I don't think there was anybody in the trunk.
What?
I think that Burrito was in the trunk. Like, they drove him there in the trunk and then propped him up.
Oh.
Because it would look really weird to see fucking Weekend at Bernie's while you're driving around and there's a fucking corpse just sitting there in the back seat of a 442 fucking Oldsmobile.
Okay, I totally missed that. Because I thought there was somebody in the trunk, and then I thought Arturo was in the front seat.
Well, I mean, because he was driving and dropping. No, I guess it was the other guy that was dropping the glass and shit like that in the casings. Mm-hmm. But
okay, that makes sense because there were ice packs in the trunk, and that was to keep his body,
probably from getting all fucking stanky, dude.
Right. So that makes sense. All right,
and then
I get it.
And then,
all right,
and then poor Nacho. He gets in the car. He gets in the car and he just fucking blatantly just bam. He's got to make it real.
Has to turn around and wait for it.
Fuck, could you imagine that?
And that's the only one. Like you're like, all right, I'm okay with that one. Like, it's just gonna suck. It's gonna suck a whole bag of dicks.
Because he gets out of the car and he starts walking off. He doesn't know he's about ready to fucking take one to the gut too. So that was fucking brutal. And then they just drop that pay as you go phone down, make the call before you pass out.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Holy shit. I wasn't.
He should have texted them back, be like, "Fuck you guys,
save the whales."
Left my ass off. Smiley face.
Poop emoji.
Yeah.
Poop emoji. I honestly, and I didn't know who he was going to call. I was really not expecting. I was not expecting them.
Yeah,
because once again, how the fuck do they answer the phone?
Press 1 if it's you.
Was that a 5? I can't tell.
What did you say boop? Or did you hit a button? Boop. Stop saying boop.
Was that a 1 or a 5? God damn it.
Hey, is that car? Have we seen that 442 before? That car? I didn't know if that's something Nacho drives around, but I'm pretty sure that was in the garage at his dad's place. There was a 442 in the garage.
Well, speaking of,
along with a Chrysler whatever shitbag car.
when I watched it on TV with commercials, I don't know if it was on demand. It 3 seconds it went right into the next week on Better Call Saul, and I didn't realize what was going on. So unfortunately, I could tell you I don't want to if you don't want it spoiled, but
for episode 4?
yeah.
What?
Yeah. The fucking preview.
I guess we'll just wait.
Yeah, the
since
fucking
we haven't
preview.
Been talking about it.
It just pissed me off. Like I said, and I know that's first world fucking problems, but why?
Yeah.
Why? Fucking stop. I know they want to hype you up for next week's episode, but it just ruins shit for me anyway. For me, it just ruins it. I want that element of surprise. You know? Damn it. I was definitely unintentional. But
I know your chemistry, your baroni, that
was weird, by the way. We'll get into that, but the reason that I say that I feel like the vet is done, he's either gonna get excommunicated from this whole thing, or he's going to die, because when he threatened Nacho at the very end while basically saving his life, and he whispers into Nacho's ear, "This whole cartel shit is too hot for me. I'm out."
Mm-hmm.
You don't fucking when you're in with the cartel, you're out when they say you're out, and that's more than likely when you're dead.
Yep.
So that's why in my head I'm like, oh, he ain't making it past this season, because Nacho is gonna be like, and then this fucking vet tells me that he ain't gonna help us anymore, and they'll be like, oh, fuck that. That's just my drunken theory. But
no, yeah, he's definitely not. It's impossible. You don't just get to freaking walk away. There's way too much shit that you know. So either you stay in forever until you're dead, or we just kill you, because that's just how it goes.
Yeah,
you can't take a chance on people.
No,
spilling the beans.
Yeah, the shit that they know. Even it fucking goes back to Nacho's dad. He wants the second that Don Hector walked into that fucking shop, he's fucked.
Yep.
He's fucked forever, because now once that face comes in, he's pretty much an accomplice at this point, because no matter what, he's getting strong-armed into doing some shit that he doesn't want to. Now he's implemented. So it doesn't matter. He's fucked. So you can't just walk away. There's no way. There's gonna be payback, big time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. But it was pretty cool though when they come walking into the vet clinic.
Oh yeah, Jimmy just barely misses him. So they just brush shoulders.
Yeah. It's just all these little lines that are you're starting to see all these parallels that are starting to come together, and that's why I really think it's. So the IMDb, I want to say that episode 1 had episode 1 at 8.6 out of user reviews, which is still a fucking fantastic number.
Yeah.
But the last 2 weeks they've been 9.1s, and I think a lot of that has to do with is that now we're starting to see all of these things starting to come together. Mm-hmm. And people like seeing these Easter eggs from Breaking Bad starting to make their way into this show, because that's the whole point. I can see where people would get upset that it's taken 4 seasons to get this far, but if you did something like this in season 1, then what's the point of having the fucking show?
Yeah, but each season is kind of like a standalone. It's a good thing. It's not like watching Castle Rock, where you're in episode 6 and you have no clue at all what's going on.
I'm only at episode 4 or 5.
Well, don't worry.
It doesn't get any more.
Not really too much more information. Well, so one thing cool about this episode, completely wasn't expecting it.
No.
To read the letter.
Exactly.
I thought they were going to hold on to that, and that was going to be some major thing.
I thought so too.
I was like, holy shit, I can't believe. And there wasn't really much to that letter. And it wasn't something that Chuck wrote right before he died. Because it was right when Jimmy was still in the mailroom.
Yeah.
When Chuck approved of him doing that shitty job, like, oh yeah, that's a Jimmy job. So
that's
a JJ.
Yeah, it was a big fuck you from beyond the grave. It really was.
I don't see it that way. Like,
I do, because he's still poking at him. He's still proud of him. Don't get me wrong. You could tell that he was proud of him.
You're right.
But he's still...
There's just weird shit like...
It's just that weird brother dynamic that they have that I'm sure other people have that with their brothers, where it doesn't matter how proud of you they are. It's just going to be like, hey, I'm really proud of you. You could have done better, but I'm really proud of you that you at least made it this far.
Right. Like, he's proud of him. He loves him. He's his brother, but he knows how Jimmy has been his whole life. So he doesn't give all of himself, and that happens in real life, like where you don't give all yourself to somebody after they have fucked you over so many times. But if they're family, you still kind of, well, we're family, so I kind of have to love you and keep helping you and working with you, stuff like that. So
here's my question for you. Do you think that Kim stormed out of the room because she was moved by what Chuck said, or do you think she stormed out of the room because she saw zero emotion coming off Jimmy's face and she was upset by that?
I think both.
Okay.
I really do think both, just because I think Kim, especially after reading that, she can see like, oh man, they could have really had something more. There was potential there, and she said it before in last season to the Mesa Verde lady that all we did was hurt a sick person, basically. She was real upset about it. So I'm sure she's still really upset about it. And then also seeing Jimmy just not caring and having no emotion about it and not really crying or working through any of that. Yeah, that's going to make her upset too. Now, the thing is, when does Jimmy tell her, or is he going to tell her, like what Chuck said to him, right? The last thing he said to Jimmy. Chuck was like, I never cared about you, Jimmy. Like, you never really meant that much to me. I think Chuck was lying there. I don't think he was completely serious. I think it was like kind of just to say fuck you.
Well, I was going to say,
it's kind of a fuck you,
like you said earlier, where it's more along the lines of
being emotional.
I have to love you because you're my brother, but I've never respected anything you've ever done, type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did invent the Chicago sunroof, so you don't remember that, do you?
Nope.
Where you poop into the top of the sunroof. Slipping Jimmy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen next episode. I gotta have some more from Kim and see what's going on in her mind.
It'll come out. It will come out, because as of right now, even when Kim has said, Jimmy, whatever you're about ready to tell me is going to implement me, and whatever you're doing, stop. He does it anyway, because no matter what happens, Kim is really pretty much the only person that he can trust.
For sure. Absolutely. Like, if anybody can get Jimmy out of being Saul, then it's Kim. That's the only person.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And
she's probably the only person that he truly cares and loves.
Yeah. I mean, even his quote unquote best friend, he wears that pinky ring with the string tied around it.
Yep.
Even then, he couldn't care enough to stay for his funeral and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He was bummed out, but it was just like, okay, well, that was a good vacation, and then he just went on with it. With Kim's the only person that's ever gotten any. Well, his brother has gotten the emotion out of him, but that's a completely different thing.
Yeah,
you can really tell, and I'm sure that goldfish can tell, that he really fucking loves her. Hard.
I love like that. I just get to love my own reflection and my own shit. And a bubble once in a while. Fucking bubbler sucks.
It's the worst fucking... It's just a tube in the bottom of the fucking tank. It's so stupid. But no, I think you're right. I do believe that at some point it's going to come out. I think that we're actually building right now at Kim and Jimmy. This is going to be a big problem in their relationship because clearly Jimmy's going through something. I mean, understandably, he is upset that his brother did that to himself, but he's also like kind of like, tough shit. He fucking did it to himself, so I'm moving on with my life.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, if you're in a relationship with someone and you're grieving and he's not reciprocating that, or, you know, because Kim grew up just as much as he did in HHM. They both were in the mailroom and worked their way up.
Mm-hmm.
So he was a huge part of her life as well. I mean, every day. That's not the type of job that it's just Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and then you're out. There's going to be long Saturdays. There's going to be long Sundays.
Yep.
Which is, I guarantee you, she's definitely going through something. But Jimmy is just... And I know how bad this last scene had to drive you fucking crazy, where he's just chomping away at that fucking cereal while he's reading while he's reading that note.
With my misophonia or whatever it's called, and my 23andMe told me that I'm likely to hate chewing sounds, and I really do. It didn't really bother me, but...
Which is funny, because him chewing didn't bother me, but the sound of that fucking spoon hitting the bowl kept pissing me the fuck off. I think that's nails on a chalkboard to me, because my roommate eats a lot of cereal, and I'll hear her in the other room, not chewing or chomping away at it, but I'll hear that fucking spoon hitting the bowl, and I'm like,
oh yeah, I hate it too. But like, it's only if like it's excessive, like, and you're just like cling, 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 especially when there's not much left in the bowl, and like you're clinging around your spoon too much, just too much spoon clinging in your bowl.
Just put the bowl up to your lips and drink the milk and take the last couple bites that way.
That's right.
But I was just wondering if him chewing away while he was, you know, lackadaisically fucking reading that note was as I wrote that down too. I'm like, Mike has to fucking hate this scene.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I absolutely noticed. But I'm like, I don't care. I want to know what's in the letter.
Yeah. So we didn't even bring this up, but she's like, okay, I've got these two things for you. And he pretty much knew right away, how much is it? 5,000? Okay, done. Whatever.
Right. I can pay off my credit card.
And he's just like, I think that's where I think that moment, she knew, like, the old Jimmy would have fucking contested that will. He would have been like, no, this is bullshit. But there's definitely a change starting right now. Because before, think about this.
Yeah, if Jimmy was still working in the mailroom.
No.
You know, at that time,
even before, whenever he was when he was still going and getting the daily paper and in the daily ice and bacon and shit like that for his brother.
But I don't know if he ever wanted Chuck's.
No, but he walked in. He walked in and he literally put a fucking check back and was like, "What is this bullshit? You know he's worth more than this." So there used to be a passion and there used to be a fire. But and I get it, when somebody basically tells you, fuck off, I've never cared about you and I want nothing to do with you, that breaks you down. You're done. There's a permanent separation at that point. Something that may not even be able to be fixed.
Yeah, you can't really mend it, you know. A lot of times, I mean, you got to be careful what you say sometimes and make sure you know, like, what comes out of your mouth, you know, you can't put back.
No.
Like, if you poured out your drink on the table. Good luck trying to put that drink back in the bottle.
You're gonna need a straw, and then it's gonna be
But
filled
those
with
are
fucking...
illegal, so
So I guess the only other real scene to talk about, because I don't like talking politics on this podcast, and straws are a hot button issue right now, so I don't want to fucking talk about it.
Whoa.
Straw alert. Would be the very odd scene where Gale,
Yeah.
he's living that what was it, scholarship life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's living that Chicken Brothers scholarship life.
Yeah.
And we see him. I couldn't tell if it was a Discman or something that he had in that fanny pack or whatever, but I assume it was. But it sounded like when he pushed it, it sounded like a tape deck. So
it did sound like a tape deck.
So, I mean, maybe it was a Walkman, but either way,
yeah.
that was fucking awesome. I loved it. That it's blaring. You can hear, obviously, but he's rocking out so hard to the lamest song you've ever fucking heard in your entire life.
No way. Awesome song.
Science boy over here fucking loves that shit.
Yep.
But
I think the guy that wrote that song was actually like a scientist too, or he was a pretty smart dude. I don't know. Maybe I'll bring that up on the next podcast.
But he my question for you is that he's talking about how he's making these, was it super solvents or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what he was talking about? Because you're Mr. Science guy.
No, I don't. I was trying to think about it.
I thought that he was just trying to be really like pretentious and was trying to talk over his head and not let him realize that he's just working on his really fucking overcomplicated coffee machine that ends up being in the super lab.
Right. That's, probably.
That fucking stupid fucking coffee pot that makes the best coffee in the world. He's, like I said, he starts talking about super soluents or something like that, and it started going over my head. But the first thing that I was thinking of, I was like, I bet he's just tinkering with that damn coffee pot.
I thought the coffee too.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
sure.
I thought maybe because, like I said, I'm talking to a resident Albert Einstein over here, Mr. Science guy himself. Figured he knew a little bit more on that, and he was like, no, well, see here, what he's talking about is, and then he starts talking some quantum physics and shit. And
well, the salt solution thing, like, yeah, only reminded me of one time, like, my brother, John, was like, no, salt water can only get to like 28 degrees. And I'm like, no, you can get a lot lower than that. He's like, no, man, can't. So, you know what I did? I went to Amazon. I bought me a thermometer. And then one day, I took a glass of water with ice and I poured salt in it and just kept pouring, salt in it. And like, I forgot how cold I got it, but it was probably like, I don't know. It was colder than 28 degrees. It was, probably between 20 and 24 degrees or something like that. I don't remember. But like, there is a limit to it, obviously, because the more salt you put in there, eventually it's just going to be salt. So what is that? Something returns or goddamn. Anyway, there's just a limit to how cold it can get because, return on investment, I guess, kind of in a way, but that's not what I'm thinking of.
We're going with it. We're fucking going with it.
Return of salt investment. I can't afford that much salt in my water.
But I need my beer cold.
But I was like, and then I took a picture of it. I'm like, see, bitch? Yeah, bitch.
Science, bitch.
Yep. So there's some samples that Gail's testing.
Yes.
And he tries to get Gus to let him make. He's like, oh, I can make a kilo right now, and it'd be better. And you got to get rid of all these contaminants, like chili powder.
Yeah.
Maybe Jesse's one of the cooks.
I mean, if so, it's got to be revealed like last part, like last drunk, obviously, drunken theory, but it's got to be if they show Jesse last scene of the last episode of the last, 10 seconds where he just turns around and he says, "Sup," or something like that, with his fucking Jinko jeans and his fucking shitty hand tattoo.
You like that chili pea?
God, yeah. As fucked up as it is, I was actually expecting them to like pan the camera over and it was like Colonel Sanders, like 27 spices or whatever, and they were trying to get a better like chicken recipe essentially. Like he wanted to work on it because he could always do better. I don't know. That was just me hoping that they were gonna like, oh ha, we gotcha. But
hey, do we know? I'm assuming it's meth. It could be cocaine that he's testing and seeing how pure that is, right?
Here's the thing.
No, because
here's
not just because
I think it is. I think
just
it is meth.
Gil knows how to make. Yeah,
I think it is meth. I think it's
Gil
meth.
knows how to make meth. Eventually, in Breaking Bad, he makes meth with.
Yeah.
Well, it's meth. Okay.
The reason I think it's meth is because whenever Don, I forgot the main guy. Whenever he's talking to Gus,
Don Juan.
Good, Don Juan Delanucci.
It's Don Juan something, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Whenever he's talking to him, he said, "You need to start finding, another supplier on your side of the border."
Mm-hmm.
This whole time, I've been under the assumption that they're not bringing meth in. I've been under the assumption they're bringing like cocaine in. I'm thinking in my own head, because he's already gone and he's looking at these other places. He went and he looked at the laundromat and everything. That in his head, he's gonna. Well, I guess not, because
Don Juan's asking for cocaine.
But hold on. I just thought of something. It has to be meth. They have to be bringing in meth, and the reason I say that is because whenever his lover or whatever gets shot, they bring a sample in. Why would they be bringing in cocaine? You don't. I mean, it would have to be crack. You don't
No, but people can cut cocaine. They do it all the time.
Yeah,
cut it with and remember, cut it with baking soda, not baking powder. You don't want people growing muffins out of their little noses.
Jesus Christ. Or laxatives. You can fucking cut it with laxatives too. Fucking people are fucked up, man. But no, whenever Don Hector ends up, I think it was Don Hector that ended up shooting his lover or brother or whatever in the head. They brought a sample to him to try, and he said this is better than cocaine. So maybe I don't know, because the only other thing that I could think of is that he's already got his foot in the meth game already, and so he wants to bring the best product that he can back to them and be like, okay, look, we're losing our ass on trying to bring this in. Why don't we start trying to push this instead?
Right.
I don't know.
Could be doing both too. I don't know. I don't know.
So
I was asking another episode that we did. I'm like, wait, do we know it's cocaine? Do we know it's meth? Can meth be powder form? I mean, I guess. Like, yeah. I don't know. Don't ask me.
Yeah, I
don't do either.
Yeah, unfortunately, neither do I guess.
I just drink the beers on the podcasts.
Yeah, I am really curious to find out, essentially, not just what's in the vials, but where they're coming from. And I think it's a strong theory to think that at some point we're gonna find.
Or if it's not him, Crazy 8, wasn't he cooking too?
Ooh, might have been.
He was cooking. Actually, I did start watching Breaking Bad again.
Did you?
So, but it's going to take a really long time to get.
Yeah.
When I should have, since I'm doing Better Call Saul, I probably should have watched the rest of like season 2 and then started season 1 because, like I said, I was going backwards. I was like, I'm going to just watch an episode of Breaking Bad. And then I watched like 10. All right, I watched 10.
I would say a whole season.
Like, I watched like at least 5, I think. But I'll get there. Oh, I will. I will be a bum and waste the weekend away just sitting on my ass.
Every so often you need those weekends though, man.
Yeah.
Binge watch and fucking barbecue, drink some beer. Just say fuck you to the world and watch a fucking awesome show.
That's right.
For the, 19th or 20th time?
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to talk about that video that you showed me beforehand?
Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, we watched a video of a magical training video that Mike did. So I'll leave it in the show notes, a link to it. But you could easily Google it and just look up magical training video, and it'll pop up.
It's done by AMC, so so the Easter eggs that were in it, I didn't notice one. Mike, there's several of them that are blatantly obvious. Mm-hmm. The connection, like the Hummer.
Yeah.
Because as soon as we were watching it, I looked over at you and I'm like, that's the, and you're like, keep watching. But pay close attention to the cupcake pops.
Mm-hmm.
There's an Easter egg in there. And then the guy that electrocutes himself with the revival paddles, his image is on the wall, so that's kind of an Easter egg. But it's littered with them, but it's I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool little 2-minute companion thing that adds a little bit more lore to the show. And it's it's only 2 minutes. It's definitely worth checking out.
Well, it's fun stuff, and I didn't I think they're supposed to do like 10 more or something like that. Just like last season they did with Los Pollos Hermanos. I didn't even know they did that. So, and I wouldn't have unless this video was brought up to me by I don't even know where
just in your research it came up.
Yep. In my researches on the Reddits. Oh, it was on Reddit. Yeah. Somebody put it on there. But no, guess what I get to do? I get to go and watch all 10 of those, Los Pollos Hermanos training videos. It's like, yes.
Yeah, and really, when you think about it, if they're only a couple minutes a piece and there's 10 of them, that's not... You've definitely gotten lost in a click hole on YouTube way worse than that.
Oh,
so.
Yeah. Yep. No, because I was last night. I got into a little bit of click hole, and there's, going through Better Call Saul bloopers and Breaking Bad bloopers.
Mm-hmm.
There's an older video of Jimmy Fallon doing a Breaking Bad thing. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like those things. Because that Jimmy Fallon thing, I remember
Jimmy Fallon's awesome.
A couple people were like, "Oh my God, did you see that thing on Jimmy Fallon last night?" I'm like, "No." Like, why? I'm like, because I'm not caught up to Breaking Bad at that point, so I don't want to watch it. And then once, because I was one of those late people, I got really sick, and Mike was like, my co-host here was like, you know what you should do since you're stuck on the couch for the next 5 to 7 days? You should watch this. And on my fucking deathbed, eating nothing but green Jello, fucking literally got sucked into just marathoning this show, literally spending an entire day on a season and then not wanting to go to bed and start the next one. But the meds that I was taking was like, yo ass is going to sleep. Yeah, there was a couple times where I fell asleep and the DVD was sitting there telling me next disc, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, where am I at?"
The DVD.
Yeah, I'm a sucker. I still love physical media.
No.
So I like owning it.
I know you're a nerd.
Well, it is what it is.
Gotta have my albums.
I only have one.
Well, album.
As
album, I still mean like a physical copy of a CD.
Oh, yeah. Well, my biggest thing is, I can't stand when someone is like, "Oh my God, I like that song." So, have you heard anything? I love that song, so I like having the whole thing. Yeah. Plus, you're supporting the artist, so
right.
Listen
to the whole darn thing. Well, we're pretty close to it. This one went really long. Let me check my notes real quick if there's anything else I got. You got anything else?
I don't have anything else, but I think also the other reason that this one went quote-unquote really long is because Mike had a couple breaks in between where we had to stop recording. So I'm going to blame this one as going long on you.
Oh, yeah. It's totally like 30 seconds.
So much fucking time wasted.
So you think Nacho has the HIV since he got that blood from... How much would that suck to get that? Like, because he has to hate those guys. And now he's like, I'm surviving because of this motherfucker's blood.
How did we not talk about this? Was he hardlined into him?
Yeah.
That's fucking brutal, dude.
And he was squeezing his hand, making a muscle.
How did we not talk about that?
Now they're blood brothers.
Yep. Wow.
HIV brothers. I don't know. I was like, oh, that has to suck. I mean,
he's either
who knows?
actually...
You probably don't care at the time. Like, even if it was somebody you hated, would you be like, no, fuck that. Let me die.
Here's another question. The fucking vet said, you're either going to get really sick and die, or he is O negative, like he said. So he fucking talked to him. Mm-hmm. He just didn't fucking talk to him on camera. Yeah. Those sneaky fucking bastards. It's O negative. That's universal,
I think
right?
so. Yeah. Yep. And he's on a bunch of antibiotics because his shit might get in there. Like literal shit.
Because he doesn't know if the gut shot fucking nicked anything internally.
Oh, that's the thing. He said, I had to leave a bullet in you, so it might set off...
I thought it was in his shoulder.
No, I know, but leaving the bullet in him, it's going to set off metal detectors. I was wondering if there was any scene like Breaking Bad where, like, there was some weird random thing where he went through a metal detector and it got set off. I highly doubt it, but who knows?
Yeah. I don't even really remember him. If he was in Breaking Bad, I don't even really remember Nacho. Mm-hmm. It would be cool if they do one of those scenes where like they superimpose him into the background and he's just standing there. Just, it's like you go back and you watch it and he wasn't there, but they fucking put him in there after the fact. Oh, that would be hilarious. Boop. So is that it?
I just got one last thing.
Okay.
Another thing I found on the Reddits. So in Jimmy's office, when he's Saul, there's a little statue on his desk. That statue is in Howard's office.
Oh.
And I will put that on A Couch for Watchers on the Facebooks.
Interesting.
Just little stuff like that. I was like, that's why I like get on Reddit and listen to other podcasts and stuff. So
that's pretty cool. Yeah,
I try to get all the informations from everywhere and brings it here. All right. I spend way too much time on just a goddamn TV show, but it's fun.
It's a good one.
I enjoy doing it.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, what I saw at the end of it, Monday can't get here soon enough.
Right.
It can't get here soon enough. And it sucks because it's fucking Monday night.
Yeah.
So I think it's a weird time slot to be on, but
like we talked about, fucking could be on Sunday.
Yeah, but they also delayed this because typically this usually came on in
like
the middle of the summer.
Yep.
So,
well, it was in spring.
Was it spring?
Yeah.
Okay. So they pulled a Westworld and or even a Game of Thrones, and they're like, all right, we're going to delay it a little bit.
Speaking of Westworld, glad you brought that up because the doctor guy calls one of the twins Yul Brynner.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yul Brynner was
I didn't catch that.
Original guy in the Westworld movie in the 70s.
Yeah.
And he basically has no expression at all in Westworld. Doesn't have any expressions.
Hey.
So I was like, hey, if you want to watch Westworld, Watchers on the Couch also has done Westworld.
Yeah.
Season 2, not Season 1. Sorry.
Different group of people, but...
Jimmy, you're ready to end this?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's it, folks. Catch us on onyxedgestudios.com or wherever you find podcasts, but you already know that because you're listening. You find me at the Mike Daffron on Twitter. Hopefully soon, going to have an email address at watchersonthecouch.com. And then hopefully people can give us some feedback, some, listener reviews and stuff. Tell us what you think about the podcast, what you like, don't like, or what you want, what you think about the show. We can read it, stuff like that. Jimmy?
I'm on the Facebook and Instagram. You can message me on there. Instagram, my name, Jimmy_Lopez_Jr.
All right. Thanks for listening. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.